Hello chess lovers, Suren here, and in this video I would like to share with you an interesting game which was played between Gennadij, Sagalchik and Hikaru Nakamura. This game was played in 2003 in Buenos Aires. Now without further ado, let's go for the game and see what happened on the board. Sagalchik opened up with d4 and knight f6 by Nakamura, knight c3 d5, bishop g5 e6 and e4. The game transformed into French defense, and after bishop b4 we have McCutcheon variation. Here the most popular move is e5, after which black is responding with h6, but in our game after bishop b4 we have knight e2, d takes e4, a3, bishop e7, bishop takes f6, and black recaptured with the g-pawn. Nothing wrong with this move, a standard idea in typical positions. Later black can bring his rook on g-file, which will put pressure on white's king side, and yes, in this line usually black is castling queen side. We have knight takes e4 f5, knight c3 c6, g3 b6, black is preparing to flank to his queen side bishop, queen d3, knight d7. Of course, all these moves are very common in burn variation type positions, and then after c4 we have castling queen side, knight d3, king b8. We have this prophylactic move queen c2, bishop d6, f4, h5, h4. Now white created a weakness on g3, which later black will start targeting white castles queen side c5. Black is challenging white center, and which can allow black to activate his pieces d5, rook e8, knight c3 a6. Black is acting against any possible knight b5 jumps with rook e1, rook g8. Yes, finally the rook is coming on g-file to target this weakened pawn. Knight f1 and rook takes g3, an interesting decision by Nakamura, and after knight takes g3 he captured on f4, announced a check, and then won the knight on g3. Against the rook black managed to get a piece and two pawns. Yes, black has a compensation, of course, and all in all the players have equal chances. We have rook e2, bishop c8. Of course, capturing on h4 is not a good idea. White can gain advantage, that's why we first see bishop c8, rook d3, bishop e5, knight a4. White is looking for a counterplay on the queen side. This time we have rook b3, knight d7, bishop f3, rook g8, bishop takes h5. In return we have e takes d5, c takes d5, b5. Black is starting an advancement and neutralized white's attack on the queen side. And after c4 it was in here that Gennadij Sagalchik made a dubious decision and played rook takes b5, which is losing. It was better to play rook b4, although after f4 black has a slight advantage, but all in all this continuation of course could have been better. But in our game after c4 we have rook takes b5. The idea is simple: if a takes b5 then knight takes b5 fork is coming. But after rook takes b5, Nakamura first got rid of the knight, and now white is in trouble. I'm not sure where white's calculations went wrong, but of course this rook takes b5 was a mistake. d6, queen takes d6, rook takes f5, after which Nakamura made two moves and white resigned. You can pause the video and try to find his next moves. Ready? In here Nakamura first announced a check from g1, and after king a2 he went for a devastating queen sacrifice on a3. Look at this beautiful finish. After which white king is in a mating net. If king takes a3 then rook a1 checkmate is coming, and if b takes a3 then again rook a1, and we have a brutal checkmate on the board. A very impressive queen sacrifice, I think, which forced white to resign. In the end, as usual, a chess puzzle for you. The task is to find the winning move for white. By the way, this position is also taken from a game played by Hikaru Nakamura. I will wait for your answer in the comment section. Thanks for watching. Here are more suggestions for you. Feel free to check them out as well. I will see you in my next video. Take care.